Hi everyone and welcome back to the Astronomy Guide. In this episode we're going to talk about something that is called astrofilters and what they are used for and why they can improve your observing session and really get you to see things that you haven't seen in the sky before. So come with me in this episode and I will explain everything for you. So, have you ever pointed your telescope in the sky and observed something, maybe a planet, and wondered why do you don't see the same or can take the same type of pictures that you have seen others do with the exact same equipment that you are using? Maybe they use the exact same telescope model and type, but they are taking much better pictures than you ever had. And when you look at these pictures, you really start questioning what are you doing wrong. One question could be that these pictures has been taken by a telescope that also have been equipped with astronomy filters. So filters is a gadget that you often screws on to your eyepiece uh, on the threads underneath. In another video that I put on my channel that is about eyepieces and astrofilters, I mentioned very briefly about how a filter is attached to your eyepiece, how you can attach several of them at the same time. So check that video out about eyepieces and filters if you want to have the basic knowledge first of how to attach the filter to your eyepiece, because this is nothing that we will mention in this episode. But okay, let's dig into deeper. What are an astrofilter and why can it improve your observing session, pictures and your view? Okay, so an astrofilter is often a small ring like this with a colored glass filter inside of this ring. And they come in different colors and specifications. And what they are doing is that they letting certain wavelengths through the filter and blocking another type of wavelengths. And this is to improve the contrast and the small details in the object that you're looking at. But it has a lot of things with colors to do. It's nothing. It's not an prism that will magnify or something like that. This is purely about the wavelengths of the light that it's letting through, so that it contrast increase or decrease on certain areas of the object you are looking at. So, for example, when observing the moon or planets, the object can be too bright, or there can be some type of colors that really wash out the defined details. So this is a good reason to use a filter. But now then, okay, I stand here and say use a filter to improve your observing session and your view. But how to choose the right filter? As I said, there is a lot of different colors and specifications of them. And if you start looking at AstroShop or something like this, you will see a lot of different filters. They are called moon filters, they are called red filters, planet filter, and so on. So now we need to understand what should we choose to have the best possible viewing conditions. One filter that it's easy to start with is the so-called moon filter. They are very common. You can buy them in most of the Astro stores that you find online, for example. And a moon filter is pretty straightforward. It is a filter that is mostly used when observing the moon or taking pictures of the moon with a camera and so on. So a first tips from my side, if you are going to explore these astrofilters, start with the moon filters and see what the difference is when you're observing with your eye into the telescope on the moon. It will make a difference, definitely. And this is the benefits of using astrofilters. They work with all of the telescopes, and even small diameters, you will see a noticeable change. Some filters are better in performance when used over a certain diameter, but this is often or always, I would say, specified on the specification for the filters. So if you look at the filter and it's more it's better to use over a certain diameter, it will be clearly stated, for example, to use with a telescope over 110 millimeter and so on. But first tips, start with the moon filter, see what it does. I'm very sure you will see a difference. So as I mentioned before, there is tons of different types of filters, colors and so on, and most of the filters you can buy in different brightness in case of the color. For example, if I take the red filter, you can buy it in light red, red and dark red. I will not go into too much detail what's that about, but when you will buy a filter, there will be an explanation about what the filter is used for, and if it's better to use with a certain diameter of the aperture of the telescope. For example, a red filter, not light red, not dark red, a red one is better to use together with an aperture of approximately 80 millimeters. But this is something that you will see when you will buy your filter. The red one, I would say, is really good when looking at Mars. This will make details appear much brighter. So for me, the red filter, again, I'm very into observing the planets. I use the red filter for Mars. Then I use that one. There is also another filter that is good using together with Mars. For example, the surface details and the clouds on Mars. Then I use the yellow filter. It will make the details and the clouds to appear much brighter. But for the yellow filter, there is also other characteristics. You can use it together with when you look at the moon. When looking at the moon, it's a really good contrast enhancement on the moon when using the yellow filter. And also, chromatic aberration in the telescope, in the refractor telescope, is noticeably reduced when using a yellow filter. You can use it with all types of telescopes. Aperture 80 millimeter or above is the best one. So let's go to the blue filter. The blue filter is a really good one as a contrast enhancement on Jupiter and Mars. It also improves visibility of the polar caps on Mars, same as the yellow one. Sorry, especially in larger telescopes. But the blue one works with all types of telescopes again, and also one planet, Venus. When you're observing Venus and you're using a blue astrofilter, the faces of Venus becomes much clearer. Try this by yourself. Point your telescope at Venus and place a blue astrofilter on your eyepiece and see what happens. It's really incredible to see. So now we have come to the last filter that we talk about today, and this is the green filter. The green filter is a really improver of the contrast when observing the craters located far from the moon's terminator. The moon's terminator, this is the boundary between the illuminated and the shadowed parts of the moon. Uh, when using the green filter there, a noticeable difference, definitely. Also, it enhances the contrast of the great red spot on Jupiter. It makes a big difference there. So um, you see, there is different characteristics. They are not specified. Green filter is for Saturn, for example. No, you can use them on different planets, different objects, and be experimental, I would say. Nothing is right or wrong here. Of course, there is people that say, yes, this is wrong, this is right. But I would say, be experimental. Buy a kit, maybe like I have done here, a kit with four different types of filters: green, blue, yellow, and red. And try out, see what's happening. And I mentioned a little bit earlier that you can screw them together. For example, if I take the green one and the blue one, I screw them together like this, and then I attach them to my eyepiece. So let's see if I can screw them together like this. I hope it works. Yes. So now I can put them on the eyepiece directly, and I have two filters fitted together. This is also really interesting. A little bit harder to find information about what this is doing, but again, try by your own. And when you start to experiment with filters, I would recommend bright objects in the sky. For example, the moon. Moon is really good, it's bright, it's easy to see, and you can immediately see what's happening. Jupiter, a little bit distant planet, but again, bright one, and the brightness is good when start to play with the filters. Okay, so what I have mentioned now was first the moon filter, and now these four different color filters. We have talked about when you're observing in your telescope through your eyepiece, but again, they are, you can use them for more things, and especially or if you are into astrophotography, then they will also do a lot of things, but it can be things that you don't really see with your naked eye when observing in the eyepiece of your telescope. But let's not go too much into this now with astrophotography, because this will be a completely series of episodes where I talk about equipment and how to set up, how to rig your equipment, and how to do astrophotography. So don't go too much into that in this episode. Okay, so this is all from me today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope this guide was helpful. And again, please like and subscribe to this channel, and comment below what you want to see. What are your questions, and what you want me to explain. So okay, thank you so much. Take care and good luck with your observations and your equipment. Thank you. Bye.